Hey guys, if you are watching this video and you are one of my followers, I'm just gonna give you a heads up. This video has nothing to do with hairdressing, and what I would like to talk about in this video would be more about like studies and work experience and about believing in yourself when you set a goal for yourself. So if you're still interested, keep watching the video, and that's all that I'm going to be talking about today. Again, nothing about hairdressing. Anyways, I have like a lot of people in my life that I come across and they tell me how smart I am or how smart I must be and how things are easy for me because, I'm so smart, apparently. Anyways, things don't come easy to me. And being smart doesn't mean anything. I can be smart and I can be lazy and not do anything. Doesn't mean that things are going to come easy for me. I actually put a lot of effort in everything that I do, and I work really hard to get what I want. At the moment, I'm doing a diploma in business and working basically full time. It's about 36 hours per week. I do them a little bit separate, so I have a big week and then a short week, and it's really hard. Like, I study until late at night and then I don't go to bed until 1 a.m. or so, and it's very hard for me to get to the point that I can actually sleep and get into that deep sleep, and then I have to go to work and open up the place, and I've got one 12-hour shift a week, which is very difficult, especially because the 2 nights before that I'm working and study, so adding up everything together, it kind of becomes 12-hour shift for 3 days a week, which is quite a lot. I'm always really tired and I hear, a lot of my friends saying, oh, I don't know how you can do it, but it's effort, I haven't been able to catch up with my friends or see my friends. I'm earning like a lot less than I was a year ago. I can't do a lot of things that I'm used to do, and it can be very hard emotionally, and it can be very hard when it comes to your normal routine. So what I want to say to you is, don't think that the people that you see out there progressing in life, that you see them, doing a diploma, doing a degree, getting a better job, they haven't put in work in it, because they have. I know for a fact that I have put a lot of work to be where I am. I've moved countries, I learned a new language, and everyone goes like, oh, but you're so smart. No, it was really tormenting to learn a new language, Yes, I feel scared as anyone else. I'll doubt myself like anyone else, but I try to move on from that really quick. And that did give me the ability, after a few years of doing that, to actually be able to move on from things really quick. Doesn't mean that they don't affect me as much as they used to do, because they still do, and they always will. My emotions, it's something that I cannot train, you know what I mean? Like, it's not something that you really train in the sense that you stop feeling them. It's something that you train in the sense that you can have control of them, or more control, which would be a better way to put that. So if you are doubting yourself, please don't. Believe in yourself, and I know that it is hard. I had a lot of people who didn't believe in me, and that I kind of surprised them. And sometimes I didn't believe in myself either, and I kind of surprised myself, which is really good. It's a very good feeling when you're able to do something that you want and you doubt yourself. So I gotta say, there are a lot of people that I think that they're really lazy. It wasn't easy for me to move to another country and to get a job in here that was going to, offer me an opportunity to stay in this place. And I absolutely love Australia. I love living here, and a lot of people think that I was born here, which I don't understand why. Maybe my accent is not so strong and I'm not tired, but when I'm tired, it definitely comes out. But the thing is, it wasn't easy, and it hasn't been easy. but I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm putting as much effort as I can. And yes, I feel down sometimes, and it is hard for me to study, but study is a routine, and you're always learning in life. And that's so important. Just the fact that you can learn, that's what keeps me going, to be honest. That's what keeps me distracted. And I love learning about people, I love learning about things that are interesting to me. Like after my diploma in business, I'm actually going to do a degree, which is a double degree in business and science, because I can make up my mind and I can't decide if I want to do business or if I want to do science. I was doing a double degree in science back home before I moved here, and then I just needed some holidays, really, which I worked in management for a while after moving here, and now I just decided that I had enough. I had enough of the industry, and I'm ready to go back to science and actually learn something new, because I love the business side, and it was really good to work in management because it gave me that opportunity to see how business work and how different business work. I qualified in hairdressing, and I also worked in hospitality for a while. So I became a professional barista. I trained baristas and I trained new franchises. I've done so much in my career in hospitality, and I did not just work as a trainer, but I worked as a manager in a lot of places. And the hard thing for me, it was because I care so much and I put so much effort in my work, I got promoted really quickly. And people are like, oh, but you just get promoted really quick. Yes, because I actually put the effort in. I don't leave things to do tomorrow when I can do them today. My focus is in making things happening. I don't expect things just to happen. And I find that most people, they do. And that's just wrong. It's not going to happen if you don't put effort in. I remember my mom saying to me once something towards the line like, oh no, I'm putting in the hands of God. And basically what she said is like, and I'm just going to sit down here and wait, but not with those words. And I was like, Mom, you can put on his hands and you can do whatever you want. Like, it doesn't matter. If you don't actually work for it, if you actually don't do it, guess what? It's not going to happen. Because he's just not going to come down here and be like, oh yeah, my daughter, that's fine, I'll do that for you. It doesn't work like that. You can't expect other people to do things for you. And on saying that, I just like to add that I'm not religious. I do not believe in God. And yes, I have my own beliefs and, my own understanding of everything, but I do respect religion. And if you are religious, don't put things on God's hand and expect for them to happen. Do your part as well, because that's what it is expected from you. If you don't do it, it's not going to happen. I would love to hear some of your experiences, like with, studies, and how hard it has been for you, and what difficulties and challenges you have come across, and just go from there and let's discuss that, because it's a very dear topic to me, and I hate seeing how some students are treated. I was a teacher for a few years and I taught science and I absolutely loved it, but I could see the most of my students, they were scared of their teachers. They were scared of coming across as dumb. And it was just a basic normal question that they could ask, but they were too scared to ask the teachers because of the way that they were treated, because of the way that either the colleagues would talk about them once they heard the question, or either the way that the teacher would come across like, oh, but you don't know that by now. Well, guess what? People learn in a different pace, okay? So it takes a while for people to learn certain things, and others, they'll just learn quicker. And that's fine. We all learn certain things quicker, and we get it slower in others. It's just normal, alright? We will learn quicker, what it's actually interesting. what we find interesting, that we're going to learn really quick, because our brain is like, oh my god, this is happening, I love this, what else can I find out about that? And the things that we have no interest in, that it's going to take us a while to do, because it's really hard. You're like, oh my god, I really have to do this, really, like, oh, I have to put so much effort in this, it's so boring. But yes, it is. Like, I'm doing diploma in business and I love the business subjects, but there are some of them that I absolutely hate. And to me, they're not business related. And it's very hard for me as well, because some of them I really have experience on it and I have to do the work and I don't want to. But it is what it is, and I'm gonna have to go through it. And once I go to uni, I know for a fact that I'm gonna find a few subjects that are like that. That's just studies. That's what it is. That's how it is. And it's not going to change. What needs to change is your attitude towards it. So don't say to me, oh, no, but I hate studies. Well, guess what? No one likes to have to study, especially like in my age. I'm over 30s now. I don't like to have to sit down and study. I like to actually learn something while I'm working, while I'm doing something, while I'm moving and going around, while I'm talking to people, because that's the easier way to learn. That's more interesting, and I don't feel like I'm getting judged. So that's much better for me, and I understand that part. I understand that people would rather learn their way, but in nowadays, more than anything, you need a degree if you want to have a good salary, and if you don't want people taking advantage of you, because it's really sad that, like, doesn't matter how many years of experience you have, people don't want to pay you for the experience that you have. They will try to pay as less as they can to actually have you and have your skills. So just remember, your skills, you didn't gain them without putting effort, without training, without doing that for a few years. Do not sell them short, because they are what you are, they are what you became, and they are exactly what you can offer to a company. Just remember that, and be able to negotiate with the company about a better salary. And like, one thing that was very hard for me, it was moving from a work environment where I was getting paid really well and trying to get a job that I could actually have it and I could study. So having flexibility is something that every company wants you to have, but they don't want to give flexibility to you, and as they shouldn't. It took me like 4 months to actually be able to find a job that the owner was like, I am happy for you to study, and like, I'm studying business. If anything, it's gonna be good for the company that I'm learning business. But no one wanted to give me a job because I was studying, and they didn't want to be flexible with me. And I'm like, seriously, like, I'm literally offering there 7 days a week, and I'm telling you that the only thing that I can't do is like 2 nights a week, and I'm asking to start a little bit later on those days. That's it. That's all that I'm asking for. And people would say no to me. Well, I had to say no to them as well. Some of them offered me like a really good salary and everything, and they were trying to move me away from my studies, and I'm like, this is my decision to make. No one is going to take that away from me, because I want to improve myself. So please be aware. Do not let people push you around. Set your goals and do everything that you can to achieve them. Don't listen to people telling you that you can't do it. You won't know until you try. And there will be a lot of challenge in your journey. And you need to be able to mentally and physically overcome them. It's not easy. But if you're a student and you work, guess what? You're doing one of the hardest things that there is to be done in life. And you're doing it well. If you just get a pass, That's fine. You did your best. You were working. All right, give yourself a break. Like, I'm a little bit of a freak in that sense because I wanna do it. I wanna do my best, but I also want my best to be the best. So sometimes for me it's a little bit hard because I push myself way too much. And if I didn't, my life would be 10 times easier. So just bear in mind, don't be like me because there'll be a lot of work. And if you're a mom, like, honestly, I don't know how you guys do it. All I have to say is, like, I admire you because being a mother, work full time, and study, man, that's a hard job. That's really a hard job. And I really do hope that your kids appreciate that because that's not easy. And I'm sure that you're going to try to do your best to make sure that they are not going to go through what you are going through right now. And that's fine. But just remember, the things that we love the most in our life, the things that we appreciate the most in our life, it's the thing that we actually worked to get it. So don't be so easy on your kids because they will need a little bit of a balance when it comes to that. Well, this is it for today. Don't let people let you down. And I really hope that you can do really well in your studies and really well in your workplace and that people actually appreciate you. And if they don't, and if you're getting the flexibility that you need, I'd say put up with them for a little longer until you find something better, but definitely look for something better. Don't get stuck in a place that doesn't appreciate you. And to all students, I really hope that you can do well in your career. And I know how hard it will be to actually get a new job without having the experience, but keep trying and don't let people put you down. You know your worth and you need to keep that in mind because people will try to put you down and they will try to get the best out of you without giving the best to you. So it doesn't work. It needs to be 50-50. Just have that in mind, and you can be firm without being rude, and you can be honest and sincere to people because when you are, especially in an interview, you're going to find out if that's the right place for you or if it isn't. Just bear that in mind. That's my little tip for you guys that haven't really been out in the workforce yet. And believe in yourself. Be confident. It's something that you can actually gain. It's something that you train yourself to be. It's not something that you're just born with it and like, oh yay, yes, I am the most confident person. No. Confidence doesn't come like that. It comes with experience. It comes with you training yourself and with you learning everything that you can to do your job better.